Alright, what is going on, my dudes? We're back here today with week 4 of the Summer of Suffering. This week's boss was Toad. Now, at the end of the day, the RPG mechanics present in this fight were relatively simple and very easy to understand, okay? It really became more of a skill-based fight that you can do with a lot of different options. There are lots of options that were good for this fight that did not make it onto the list. Don't think about it too much. If one worked for you, let me know in the comment section below who you used that I left off the list. So, before we even jump into the list today, let's go over the fight and what we have to do. So essentially, he is immune to shock, boxing out Nimrod, right? He also shifts between his special attacks rooting you and being reversed controls. This shifts every time he uses a special. Now, when he has 3 or more prowess, his special attacks are unblockable. I learned that the hard way. When you intercept him, you can invalidate, I think, 3 or 4 prowess, okay? And you can do this every, 5 seconds. There's a very tiny cooldown there from that, all right? Now, knowing that, one of the bigger issues in this fight was that it was kind of tough to get him to use the special attacks, and you really do want him to use that special 1, because the special 2 could be very punishing in the root, especially if it's unblockable, and if it's reverse controls, well, you could run right into it. So you really do want to spam that special 1, so just be patient trying to get him to throw that special 1, okay? Also, keep in mind, just in general, a general tip for fighting Toad is that you don't always want to hit him in the corner, because in the corner, he is going to be gaining that regeneration, which is what we don't want to happen, okay? Alright, so the objectives this week are Kree or Sinister 6, small and control denial. You have to have both of them, and extra large and defensive tank. You gotta have both of them. Alright, so make sure when you're selecting those tags, you have either all selected tags or any selected tags, depending on what the objective actually is. I see that problem almost every single week. Alright, let's move into the top 10 list now. Up first, number 10, we have Scorpion. So Scorpion, man. Scorpion's such a fantastic champion, so versatile, and he really shows that here. Toad is immune to shock, right? And also poison. Toad's not immune to shock, but with the node, he's immune to shock. But you can select Rupture, and in doing so, you become immune to Toad's poison. Now, that being said, Toad's Sig ability punishes poison immunity, so you have to make sure you consistently do the intercept so you can invalidate the prowess so you don't get stunned, okay? That's very important here. Just stack on those Rupture debuffs, either go for the special 1, that way you can block the unblockable special attacks, or build up to that special 2 and do a big burst of damage, okay? Try to keep him out of the corner, that way, you aren't consistently giving him that regeneration, and also the taunt can help him throw that special 1 from your special 1. Moving on to number 9, we have Enchantress. Now, Enchantress is so solid for big fights like this where the health pools are high and she could ramp up. She would be higher, but she is newer, so most people don't have her yet, so she's a little bit lower on the list. If you do happen to have a 7-star Enchantress ranked up, take her out for a spin. She's going to be a great time. Same thing for the 6-star. She's also going to be a great time. Just build up those spells, go for those special 2s, and you're going to be doing a lot of damage once you are fully ramped up, which honestly does not take too long. Moving on to number 8, we have Viv Vision. Now, Viv is a little squishy, right? But she does have the benefit of getting those very easy intercepts against Toad, so you can consistently invalidate those prowess, right? And it's probably going to take you a few cycles as well, because again, Viv can only be a 6-star. Her damage isn't super duper high, but she will be pretty safe for this. She's not my favorite for the fight just because her damage reach isn't really meant to reach 1.2 million, but she does also have that passive heal block, which is going to be really nice for preventing that regeneration on Toad. You can hit him in the corner without too much trouble. And again, keep in mind, she's immune to the poison, so you do have to watch out for the stun, but the intercepts with her will be very, very easy to do, and she can kind of keep his power relatively low as well. So if you have a Viv ranked up, she could be solid for you. Number 7, we have Dust. Now, Dust, really solid for the fight, man. I had an alliance mate, my buddy Moe, take it down in about 4 minutes and 30 seconds, so really, really solid stuff. Dust, a very underrated offensive champion right now, and so annoying on defense as well. Just one of the all-around great mutant champions in the game right now, especially for Battlegrounds and Alliance War. She's consistently a problem on defense, man, and clearly she's very underrated on attack. Alright, moving on to number 6, we have Hulkling. Hulkling, again, one of those champions who's always a great option when he is available as an objective. Keep in mind, he does have that poison immunity, so you do have to keep those intercepts consistent consistent to invalidate that prowess. That way you do not get stunned, because that's not going to be a fun time for anybody at all. But yeah, Hulkling, obviously, you know, hit the block 4 times, get the unblockable, throw the special 2, get the double fury, do the damage. You guys know how it goes by now. And yeah, Hulkling, very, very solid for the fight. Been seeing a lot of people use Hulkling. Number 5, we have Guillotine 2099. That's who I personally used for the small and control denial objective. She was really good for it. At first, I was trying to completely deny him from using a special attack, and that didn't go exactly how it's planned. So I eventually shifted to just baiting the special 1 and just keeping track of the root or the reverse controls. That worked a lot better. You can take a lot of the hits on the block, and she's very tanky, and you're going to do just fine with that. Just keep in mind you will be losing some health as you go along, but that's totally fine. Once you reach those 100 hits, when you get to like 150, she starts really rolling in the damage, and she completely nukes him down once you get there. So yeah, Guillotine, great option if you have it ranked up. Number 4, we have Onslaught. There are so many fantastic extra large and defensive tank options here, man. It's such a powerful tag. So yeah, Onslaught is Onslaught, dude. He's fantastic for the fight, man, and he's good for like most of these fights, and he actually fits the objective this time. So yeah, dude, really solid here. Obviously, just normal Onslaught gameplay, special 1 and just special 2. Keep everything paused, keep the degen paused. You're gonna have a good time. Use the special 1 after that when you have the Daunted up, and you're gonna increase the degen damage. Onslaught does really well here. Moving on to number 3, we have my boy, Hulkbuster. Dude, Hulkbuster could do this fight without baiting a single special attack. When I did it, I think I baited 1, possibly 2. And that's just he threw it while I was blocking. But you absolutely can do this fight without baiting a single special attack from Toad, which is absolutely beyond invaluable, man. Just so good. Pretty much takes the entire threat of the fight away. I usually try to keep them in the corner with Hulkbuster, but because of the regen, I stayed towards my corner. Got those intercepts going and validated the prowess and just kept spamming the special 2 into his block. And yeah, he was at like under a bar for the majority of the fight. Hulkbuster, absolutely insane. One of the best champions in the entire game and phenomenal for this fight. Moving on to number 2. Someone who's even more busted than Hulkbuster, believe it or not, we have Juggernaut. Juggernaut, we're immune to reverse controls, which kind of like turns off a lot of the fight. You don't have to worry about the shifting root and reverse controls. And a special attack, you can just bait the special 1. You're consistently unblockable. You get those easy intercepts to remove the prowess. You are, again, unstoppable all the time, so you can just like kind of hold block and then intercept that way. Go for the special 2 when you have 10 unstoppable buffs, get the Fury. And yeah, man, Juggernaut, very busted champion. Moving on to number 1, though, we have Shocker. Shocker is so good for this fight, man. When you invalidate the prowess by intercepting, you gain some of your charges, so you ramp very quickly. Pretty much if you have like a 7-star rank 2 Shocker, it was like 2 special 2 rotations and he was dead. Very efficient with Shocker. He can absolutely get the solo very easily if you just keep track of the reverse controls and the root. One thing with Shocker is that if you consistently get rid of that prowess, you can block the special, so you don't have to worry about the reverse controls and the root and all that stuff. And he is a little bit tanky as well, and if you do happen to mess up, he can actually auto-block the special attack, which is really nice. So yeah, Shocker, fantastic for this fight. Just really good stuff, man. And yeah, that's the top 10 list for Toad, Week 4, Summer of Suffering. Let me know in the comment section below who you used for this fight, and how did you like the fight? I enjoyed the fight quite a bit. I'm very curious to see what you guys think. And yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll be seeing you around. And make sure you stick around for the next one.